living in Greer, South Carolina. Hi, I'm Mike Coates. I'm a realtor with Keller Williams Greenville Central, and this channel is dedicated to all things real estate in upstate South Carolina. So if you're thinking about moving to the area, or maybe you live in the area and you're thinking about making a local move, this channel's here for you. Please like and subscribe below. You can also contact me at the information below. In today's video, I'm going to talk about Greer, South Carolina, which happens to be where I live. I absolutely love the city of Greer. It is fantastic. It is such a wonderful place. And today I'm going to tell you all about it. So hopefully you can make a decision as to whether this is the right place for you to move. Now, I do want to say if you are within 0 and 100 days of moving to the area, please reach out and contact me so we can get that process started for you. So first, let's talk about location. I see location as both a pro and a con for the city of Greer. The reason for that is that as the pro, it is located just about equidistant between downtown Greenville and downtown Spartanburg. It's about 30 minutes from each of those, depending on where you live in Greer. It's also a straight shot on Wade Hampton to either downtown. Very, very convenient. The other thing that I love about it is its proximity to the Blue Ridge Mountains. You're only about 30 minutes from the mountains, depending on where you are in Greer. It is important to keep in mind that Greer is a very long city from north to south. So if you're in the southern part of it, you could be closer to an hour from the city, or you could be closer to an hour from the mountains. But if you're in the northern part, you're real close to those mountains. So definitely proximity to the mountains is a plus. You also have the proximity to the highway. 85 is not far away. And you're close to GSP Airport, not more than 30 minutes max, and you could be 2 minutes away from the airport. So real close there, and GSP is a fantastic international airport. When you think about the major roads through Greer, north to south you have 14. 14 runs pretty much the entire length of the city of Greer. And then intersecting that would be Wade Hampton, which is a major road, and that actually runs straight to both downtown Greenville, as I mentioned, and downtown Spartanburg. It's a major thoroughfare. Pretty much anything that you need, any amenities, are going to be on Wade Hampton. And then further south you have 85, and then below that you have Pelham Road. Pelham Road also is going to have any amenities that you need on it. It can be a parking lot during peak hours, during rush hour, so I'd avoid it at that time. So now I also said that the location of Greer is a bit of a con. And the reason that I say that is that depending on where you live in Greer, I live in the northern portion of Greer, it can take 15 to 20 minutes to get to pretty much everything. Now, you can get to anything you want within that 20 minutes or so, but pretty much any amenities that you really want to get to are going to take about 15 or 20 minutes. So you're not going to be able to go 2 minutes down the road to get to the grocery store. So it's a little bit further away. So let's talk about activities for just a minute here. So we'll start with outdoor activities. Greer is really well positioned for a ton of outdoor activities. If you like hiking, camping, biking, mountain climbing, skiing, canoeing, kayaking, any of those, boating, all of those things can be done within about 30 minutes of Greer. We have just a plethora of outdoor activities for you to do. Now, the other thing that I really do love about this area is the family-oriented activities that they provide. And the best part about those is a lot of those are free or very low cost. So they're not nickeling and diming you for parking and entry fee and all the rides and everything else. Most of that is provided by the city. So they provide a ton of really great activities throughout the year for families to come and entertain the kids. We go to a lot of them and we really enjoy it. They also do movies in the park. We have outdoor concerts. We have farmers markets. There's just a lot of activities that take place outdoors because we have so much wonderful weather here. You can take advantage of those seasons. Now we're going to get to one of my favorite things about Greer, and that's the downtown area. Now they started revitalizing downtown Greer as a couple years ago, and what they did is they've actually changed the road throughout downtown, Trade Street and Main Street, and what they've done is they've kind of they've gotten rid of the road sidewalk separation, and now what we have is more of like a brick road that goes into the sidewalk. So it's all just a really neat walkable area. There's tons of little shops downtown to go into, clothing shops and antique shops and all kinds of neat things like that. And there's a whole bunch of restaurants as well. There's Select, if you like a really good steak, Select is great. There's Rick Irwin's just opened up down there recently. Rick Irwin has several different restaurants around Greenville. They're all absolutely amazing. I definitely recommend them. You've got Great Bay Oyster House. You've got the Mason Jar. And then if you like coffee, there's Barista Alley, which is super cool. Barista Alley is in what used to be an old bank, and it's kind of triangular shaped. And just a really neat interior. They have a really good coffee and amazing crepes. So definitely check out Barista Alley. Great place to go. One more place I forgot, not a coffee place, but a Mexican restaurant, Los Portales. Really good tacos. I really like their enchiladas. They have great guacamole as well. So definitely check that out too. And I'm going to go back for just a minute here. I was talking about outdoor activities, something that I forgot to mention, which cannot be missed. If you've got kids, you need to go to Century Park. So Century Park has been around for a very long time, but they just redid it a couple years ago. Used to be made almost entirely out of wood. And so they've taken out all the wood equipment and they've put in new equipment for the kids. And it is absolutely amazing. This park is huge. They've got your typical equipment, slides, swings, climbing apparatus, all kinds of stuff like that. They've also got trampolines. They've got zip lines. They've got slides that change elevation. So you go from like the top of a hill through a tube down to the bottom of the hill. So all kinds of really fun activities for the kids, different things for them to play on. They also have a section for the smaller kids to play in. They've got a baseball field. And then also one of my favorites is they have an 18-hole disc golf course. And the course is really good. I'm not good at disc golf. I enjoy playing it. I'm pretty terrible at it, but the course is really nice. It goes around the whole perimeter of Century Park. It's free to play. And as long as you don't go during the busiest hours, generally you can just hop right on and play 18 without having to wait in line. So absolutely wonderful park. I do think it's probably one of the best parks in the entire Greenville area, so definitely check that out too. Next, let's talk about climate. This is one of the main reasons that my family and I decided to move to this area, is the absolutely wonderful climate. So Greer, and really all of upstate South Carolina, has 4 distinct seasons. So we have absolutely beautiful fall, we have an absolutely beautiful springtime. Summertime does get hot. It's going to get up into the 90s, lower 90s. It's going to get fairly humid. The locals think it's really humid, but I'd say it's kind of humid. And it'll stay that way, you know, June, July, and August. The nice thing is it does cool down a little bit in the evenings. So even in the middle of summer, you can get down into the 60s in the evening. So you do have that cool off, which is really nice. Wintertime, I absolutely love here. Winter is generally 50s in the highs, and then the lows are somewhere in the 30s. We get a little bit of snow, but not very much. Not generally more than about 1 snowfall per year. And unfortunately, the last couple of years, we really haven't had any snow. So we'd love to see some more there. It's a great place to be if you like to be outdoors and you like to enjoy that seasonal weather. So let's talk about jobs, so job opportunities. That is one thing that is great about the upstate of South Carolina in general, is job opportunities. And Greer puts you so close to so many of those major job opportunities. So we've got the BMW plant, you have the Michelin plant, you have the school district of Greenville County, which is the largest school district in the entire state of South Carolina. So that's a major employer there. You've got the healthcare system, you've got Bon Secours, and then you've got the Prisma system. Both of those are going to employ tons of healthcare workers. So there's a lot of different job opportunities for you here. So let's talk a little bit about the local real estate market, because if you're watching this channel, you're probably thinking about moving, and certainly real estate is going to be a major part of that move. So what is our local real estate market like? Great question. Thank you. So the local real estate market here is very, very healthy. Right now we have about 3 months of available inventory. So 3 months of available inventory typically means a seller's market, where the seller has the upper hand in the negotiations. But because of interest rates, more buyers have been sitting on the sidelines. They haven't been coming back into the market. They've been kind of waiting to see what happens. So really the market has been behaving a little bit more like a buyer's market. So we have that available inventory, which suggests seller's market. The way the buyers are behaving is suggesting a little bit more of a buyer's market. And what that has really kind of come to fruition is a fairly even market where both buyers and sellers have some negotiating power. This is great because remember, you typically buy in the same market that you're selling in. So if you can have a little bit of negotiating power on both sides, that's going to benefit you. Just a few other facts about the market right now. Average days on market is in the 50s, which is still low. 60 to 90 days is your typical market. So we're still under that. So the market is moving fairly quickly. Median price point is around $305,000 and average price point is around $360,000. It is important to keep in mind that even though our prices have been going up, we are still lower than the national average, somewhere between 8 and 10% lower as far as cost of living in our area. So the cost of living is much lower here, so your money's going to go a lot further. Because of that, we have a lot of people coming in from other states. Inbound migration is making up about 66% of our sales right now. So a lot of people coming from out of state. We welcome you. Let's talk for just a minute about the school district. So I formerly was a teacher. I taught for about 13 years. So first and foremost, I cannot tell you what is a good school and what is not a good school. You need to make that determination on your own based on your own criteria. But here's what I will say about Greenville, the school district of Greenville County as a whole. So number one, I mentioned that it is the largest school district in the entire state of South Carolina. In my personal opinion, I think they do a very good job of providing for the students, providing the teachers that they need, providing a good curriculum, and also providing the other materials that they need, laptops, iPads, all the different technology that's needed. In my opinion, they do a great job with that. We have some tremendous schools around here. The other great thing that you need to know about Greenville County is that they do have the school choice program. So if for some reason you are zoned for a school that you're not comfortable with your child attending, you do have the option of requesting that they go to a different school. Now, there does have to be space in that school. Generally, it's not a problem. So if you move to one area, but you'd like your child to go to a different area for school, usually that can be accommodated. You would need to talk to the school district about that, but generally it's not a problem. So let's talk for just a minute about the healthcare system. We do have two primary systems here. We have Bon Secours and we have Prisma. Bon Secours is a private non-for-profit system with some of the highest satisfaction ratings in the entire United States. And then Prisma is a public non-for-profit, which is the largest, I think it's the largest system in South Carolina. So just a couple stats about Greer. So population of Greer is about 38,000 people. It's a fairly long city from north to south. It encompasses about 25 square miles. And it's really got a kind of a little bit for everybody. So if you go a little bit further south in Greer, it's a little bit flatter. And then the further you go north, the more you start to get into those foothills. And you can get some really neat properties with lots of elevation changes. So you got just a great mixture there. And then as far as housing goes, you can find housing in the upper $100,000 range up to the couple $1 million range, all within the same city. Just depends on what neighborhood you're looking in. But they've really got a great mixture for everybody. And then as far as pricing goes with that, median price point's about $306, and then your average price point is about $360. Now this is for all of Greenville. Greer would probably be a little bit lower than that. If you're thinking about moving to the upstate, Greer absolutely deserves to be on that list. It is just a wonderful place with so many things to offer. Again, I hope you found this helpful. Thanks so much and make it a great day, Greenville.